Hi. So I'm gonna be frank. I've not been doing so good lately. Um, I've kind of slowly been ignoring my warning signs, and yeah, I am currently in the middle of a depressive episode. And I don't know whether it's something that could have been prevented if I'd have intervened sooner. But that's where I'm at right now. I basically started getting really tearful at work and having, well, that's not how it started. And then I'd been having sort of intrusive thoughts around like not wanting to be here, and that led to me getting incredibly tearful at work and needing to leave the shop floor so I could cry in a cupboard. That day where I had my first little outburst, I was able to, I don't know, kind of pull myself together and end my shift and sit through till the end. And then the next day I got in and was fine until I wasn't, and ended up crying and just being like, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep putting a brave face on. I have then spent the last 3 days rotting in bed because getting up is really hard at the moment. And being anywhere that's not in here is really hard at the moment. So obviously that fell over. That's not obvious, is it? That fell over a weekend. So I wasn't able to get in touch with my GP, but I've been able to get an appointment for later today. It's not with my usual GP, which is kind of annoying because the last time I saw someone who wasn't my GP about mental health stuff, he was really unhelpful, but he was a locum. And when I spoke to the receptionist today, she was like, no, this doctor is a lady and she's here all the time. So hopefully today's visit will be a little bit more fruitful. I was supposed to have a meds check like last week, but I think I booked the wrong day off work, so I couldn't go to it, so I had to cancel. So we'll probably talk about my prescription today as well and figure out what to do. I've not really been able to get out of bed. Some of my warning signs that I should have paid a bit more attention to is when I'm like this, I self-neglect, so I don't feed myself particularly well. And it's not that, well, it kind of is that I don't want to eat. I don't want regular food, and if I am eating, I'm eating the same bland food that's palatable. And even, sorry, my brain is not functioning properly, but I guess that's part of it, so I don't know how much I'm gonna edit. I haven't had the energy to make myself food. Anything that is more than opening a packet right now is just not happening. Been struggling to sort of maintain basic personal hygiene, like showering regularly. I can't remember the last time I washed my hair. Maintaining my space is really difficult, and like cleaning up after myself has been really bad. My kitchen's an absolute state. I say that like the rest of my house isn't. Like the rest of my flat is just disgusting at the moment. And I don't know whether that's part of the reason that I'm staying in bed so much. One, because I can't physically get myself up and out of bed, but also I don't want to be around what's out there, but I can't bring myself to sort it out yet. And catch-22, really. I've been getting up for short enough bursts, like I say, to go to the bathroom, to feed the animals. Things like doing the washing up right now is just not happening. Taking out the trash is not happening. I have been trying to force myself to walk to the shop at the end of my road, so there is something in the fridge if I feel like it at like silly o'clock. But my sleep's off. No amount of sleep seems to be helping me feel better. Like, the only thing I've been able to do consistently since I've been stuck in bed is crochet, because it doesn't take up that much brain power. I can't read. I feel so much guilt for lying around in bed. Like, at least if I've got something that I can hyperfixate on while I'm in bed, it's something. Like, it makes me feel less lazy, and like, I don't know, that's keeping me from being extra mean to myself. I don't even feel particularly sad about anything. I'm exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally, and I just haven't got the energy in me to pretend that I'm okay at the moment. It's been a while since a depressive episode has ended up with me being unable to get out of bed. It has been a really long time since this has happened. I'd really like to get back to normal ASAP, but I honestly, the way that I'm feeling right now, I don't feel like I'm going to be back to my regular self anytime soon, which is not ideal. What was I going to say? Yeah, it'd be really nice if I could get back to my functional self again, but I honestly don't know. So yeah, I'll probably check back in when I've been to see my GP.
Okay, yeah, I'm back from the GP. I basically had the same conversation that I've had the last time that I was there. And they're doubling my meds again. They've wanted to sign me off work for 2 weeks. We've agreed to do a week, because I don't know whether I can afford to be off longer than a week, because we don't get sick pay. So I've got a week of hoping that I'm able to get myself out of this. I just feel super out of my body at the moment. Like, yeah, it's been a while since it's been this bad. It's like, I don't know, meeting an old friend again. An old friend who's trying to ruin my life. The brain fog. And like, I think just being outside and being overstimulated hasn't helped either. They basically want me to see their mental health nurse as well, which is good. It's better than last time, because at the moment I'm awaiting therapy, like one-on-one therapy with a wellbeing service. So yeah, I'm on hold. I'll be back when I've spoken to them.
Hi. I didn't pick up the camera again after that phone call. Yeah, basically I have an appointment to see a mental health practitioner next week, so that will be good. I honestly spent most of yesterday in bed again. I've just been trying to keep my mind and my hands busy. I've been doing a lot of crochet, just because it's something like mindless for me to do. I can have TV on in the background, or a podcast, or an audiobook. So I've been working on some stuff, so I took my first round of my new dose of venlafaxine. They've effectively doubled the dosage I was on previously. But yeah, I had a chat with one of my friends last night, which was really nice. So I think today I'm gonna get up and at least try and tackle some of the space here, just because I feel like because it's an absolute shit show out there, it kind of makes me not want to go out into it. So at least if I've got a space that's clean and tidy, it might encourage me to, I don't know, like I'm gonna get the kitchen sorted. That's like my main priority for today. Yeah, now that I've finished, like, or pretty much got to a point where I can sort of like stop. I've like joined up my round and my skein is, there's not enough wool on my skein to finish another complete circuit. I'm gonna get up, do the kitchen, and then if I get back into bed, that's fine. But I'm gonna change out of this top because I feel kind of gross. So I have a long way to go in here. Like, I've still got trash to take out and stuff to get rid of, but I have a clean space that I can make food on. So that's the start. I'm not particularly hungry right now, but I haven't eaten since, would have been about 4 o'clock yesterday, and it's now like about 11, nearly 12, it's 20 to 12. So I think I just might make myself a bit of toast and then just get back into bed for a bit. And then if I feel up to it later, I'm gonna do some more in here, because yeah, it's not particularly nice to be in here right now because there's stuff everywhere. Would have been about 4 o'clock yesterday, and it's now like, I don't even know what the time is, but it's okay. I don't have to do it all in a day. Doing a little bit and not burning out is better than trying to do too much and then making myself feel shit for it. Hi, it's, what day is it? Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. I'm feeling a little bit better than I have been, to be honest. I feel like today might be the day that I get out of bed. I've spent the last few days rotting in bed. My brain's still not perfect, but it is what it is. I think while I'm fixing my brain, it's probably a good idea that I don't try to overdo it, because I end up burning myself out and not being able to function properly. So I change into some other clothes that I've not slept in, I make my bed, and I tidy up the floor. It's pretty bad at the moment. This is bad for me. I know it doesn't look bad for everybody, but like, this is too much for me and it's making me not want to get out of bed. I can just not look at it. I can turn the other way and go to sleep and not deal with it. So I'll be back when I'm ready to film that, and yeah, it's holding me accountable basically. Oh my god, I'm losing so much hair. Can you see that? Okay, so I have tidied up the floor, which
I actually feel really good about. There's stuff on the chair. Everybody has the chair. That's something to deal with later. I've got all of my yarn in my crochet bag down at the bottom. I've got a problem. In projects, work in progress in the tiger bag, and then the carrier bag is full of yarn straps. Yeah, I also found like 3 of these 4mm hooks. And the reason that I have 3 of these same size hooks is because sometimes I'll pick up yarn on my lunch break and then I'm like, I'm gonna do a little bit while I'm at work. So that's how I've ended up with 3, but it's pretty good because it means I've got like a to-go one and a home one and then a spare. Anyway, I've done what I said I was going to do. I'm very pleased with myself. It's the next day. I slept in until like 10, which is pretty late for me. Usually I'm like a rise at 7:30, straight out of bed girly, sometimes even earlier than that. I've spent this morning drawing, which is something I feel like I've not done in a little while, but it always, I don't know, makes me feel good. And when I say drawing, I mean like traditional drawing. Obviously you'll have seen like the digital drawings and illustrations that I've done, but I really feel like I want to also get back into sketchbooking again. This is the thing that frustrates me with myself. Like, I can't settle on a hobby, and that's fine, but I think I put so much pressure on myself to be good at doing stuff, and I expect myself to be good like straight away. It's the same with crochet, but it's an unrealistic expectation for me, when in reality becoming good at something like that is the result of putting in loads of time and loads of effort. And I don't know, there's a part of me that feels like I've left it too late, or I've not been doing things consistently enough to ever get good at them. But then why do I need to get good at them? Do you know what I mean? I think it's that artistic, burnt out, like formally gifted kid. Because like I write and I do crochet and I draw and I like photography as well. I wish I could just enjoy the process instead of being so fixated on the end goal, and I think that's something that I would like to work on, which is why I think doing sketchbooking would be quite good for me, because it doesn't need to be good and polished, it's just practice. Let me show you what I've done this morning. So I'd done like a stupid doodle ages ago and I don't really like it, so I filled the page with cats. I might go in with some ink, and then I had a go at doing like figure drawings as well, because I really struggle with drawing people and I'd like to get better at that. So yeah, it was quite nice to just sit down and practice sketching, which is pretty good. I'm having a lot of like mixed feelings about like knowing when I'm doing better or like well enough to get myself back into my normal routine. And I think I need to remind myself that okay, you are gonna have little bursts where you're feeling good. Like I was messaging one of my friends last night, not really about anything, we were talking about plushies but like for like that little break in the day I felt like normal. I don't know whether it's because it served as a distraction or what, but like, because when I feel alright I then feel guilty because it feels like I'm faking it the rest of the time when I'm not like consistently sad. But then I think the fact that I went to bed at like a reasonable time last night, I woke up at 10 o'clock, like I've had 12 hours of sleep and I'm still not out of bed yet. I think there's like a little nagging voice in the back of my head that's like,
you're lazy, you're being lazy. Or, well, if you can sit up and draw, then you can go and do your 10-hour shift. But I guess that's not really the case, because sitting and drawing for half an hour is not the same as going and doing a 10-hour shift in retail. So I don't know, I think to stop feeling the guilt that I'm feeling. And it is a good thing that I'm trying to do things that I enjoy and that make me happy, but I can't help but feel guilt from it. Like, drawing's something that I can do from my bed, like I'm in my comfortable safe space, and it makes me feel like I've accomplished something when I've done it. But like, I don't know, at what point are you like, okay, well, I'm ready to go back and do the thing again? Because I'm still having plenty of bouts throughout the day where my mood is really low and I do feel really depressed, and like, I had a cry yesterday. So I think the problem is I don't know what feeling normal is supposed to feel like. It's that alexithymia thing again. I'll put a link to a video that I did on alexithymia up in the corner, so you can check that out and get like an understanding of what it is and my experiences with it. I've got no frame of reference, and that makes it hard. My light's flashing, so I'm gonna go and stick my battery on charge.
Really? Oh, I could talk about this for hours. We'll get into it later. Okay. But I want to add, do you have any on the top of your head stolen tweets that you still see circulating?
Oh, dude, no. I think, like, there's one where it's, like, I tweeted, like, you're hitting on someone, it's like, I like a girl who's good with their money, and then the girl says, if the city can identify your body, they'll bury you for free. And, that's like pop out my name every time, and I see it pop up, and I'm like, that's definitely my shit.
Dude, that's funny. I had one go viral that, RIP, the tweet no longer exists because that got banned. It was, I'm surprised that British people don't call mac and cheese knickers and fountains. And I did it in, like, the alternating lowercase and uppercase, and it was really, they got, like, 400,000 likes. And, of course, they screenshotted and cropped my name out. Yeah. And so,
I don't even know what day it is. What day is it? Is it Friday? I think it might be Friday. I woke up at like 1 PM today, which is really unlike me. I woke up at 9, fell back asleep, woke up at 12, fell back asleep, and then woke up at 1. Today I'm supposed to be going to spend some time with my friends that I do my book club with. And when I woke up this morning, I was like, there ain't no way. There is no way that I'm getting up and I'm going out and I'm being social. But I've had time to center myself. I stuck some YouTube on and drank some coffee, and I feel a little bit more motivated. So I'm gonna shower. I'm not gonna wash my hair because I really can't be bothered with that because it's too late in the day because I let it air dry. But I'm going to get in the shower and make myself feel a little bit more presentable. It's baby steps, it's a start, and I'm gonna make the bed. I'm gonna make my bed today, and when I've washed my hair, I'm changing my sheets. That's how it's going. Sometimes I feel like it's the really undesirable parts of depression that still get looked down upon, like maintaining personal hygiene and that kind of thing, and that makes it quite difficult to be like really honest. But it has been a while since I've showered, and it doesn't make me feel great saying that. It makes me feel disgusting, but that's the reality of it, and that's something that you can't market as like romantic and desirable, but that's the reality of it. I'm not having a full shower, I'm having a body wash. I haven't got it in me to wash my hair, I haven't got it in me to shave my legs. I've got
some grown-in leg warmers on right now. They are something else, but as I'm going to be spending my evening with other people, I think it's only fair that I at least don't smell disgusting. So I'm going to make my bed and I'm going to have a shower. We're making progress, at least.
So I feel like this is probably the first time in about a week that you've seen me outside of my bedroom. I had an evening at my friend's house with the girls that I normally do book club with, and I just think it was something that I really needed. I feel very lucky and very fortunate to have the friends that I do. They're super supportive. I always have a really good time with them. And yeah, it's a real good bunch of people. I don't know, it's been kind of nice this evening because for like the first time in a while I felt like semi-normal, which is good. It's a good feeling to have. I think I have a long way to go in terms of like getting myself to a point where I'm right again. But this evening definitely helped, like being able to talk things through and to just spend time with people that are really fucking good for me was just so nice. So I'm gonna go and get into bed and chill, and just, I don't know, see where tomorrow takes me.
Hello. I just thought I would give a bit of an update. I had my appointment with the mental health practitioner today, and I don't know, it was good to talk to her. She was nice. I can't really fault her, you know, she's just giving me the resources that she has available to give me, but she's referred me to a service called Chime, which I'm not entirely convinced is going to be like the most productive use of my time. Essentially, I've got mixed feelings about it. On one hand, I'm glad that they're offering me resources. That's something. However, I have to wait 4 weeks for those resources. So in the meantime, I guess I'm just freewheeling by myself. I have to go to, like, it's a group thing, which I'm not totally jazzed about, but apparently it's like small groups and it's not like we sit and talk in a semicircle, but we're all receiving support at the same time. There are bits where we have to talk like to a support worker, which is, it feels kind of weird because I've done care work before and I'm like, cool, so I'm somebody that needs a support worker, okay. I might actually speak to one of my friends about it because he's a support worker, or he has been a support worker. So yeah, that's, I don't know, gonna be interesting being on the other side of it. So essentially there's gonna be like workshops that I have to go to like 3 times a week. So my employer's gonna have to be flexible about that. And what that means is I will go and do like workshops about why my brain's all fucked and why my brain works differently to other people's and that kind of thing. They also like try and get you doing hobbies and focusing on self-care and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't have an issue like figuring out things that I like doing, but I don't feel like doing them right now because I feel like shit and I don't want to force myself to do this. Sorry, there's construction going on somewhere outside my flat, so that's gonna be interesting. There's also apparently like we get a gym pass for the 4 weeks that we're receiving the services, and they take us to the gym, and yeah, I'm not totally feeling jazzed about that, because I know I can get quite obsessive with that kind of thing, which is why I stopped going in the first place. Because I'll be honest, I don't fixate on the emotional side of things, I fixate on the physical, and yeah, and numbers and stuff, it's just not good for me. I talked to her about my frustrations of being like, I've been treated for my mental health for so long, and it seems like the only treatment I've been given in that time is we'll just throw some more drugs at the situation, and obviously that's not helping a great deal. Oh my god, do you have to be so loud? So yeah, and I was just like, one, I feel like the only way anyone's gonna take me seriously is if I act on some of the impulses that I have, or like the intrusive thoughts that I have, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to put my friends and my family through that, you know, but I was honest with her and was like, that kind of feels like my only option. I sort of said to her, it feels like the only thing that is sort of happening is I'm getting treated for anxiety and depression. Nobody's looking at it further than that, because obviously if the medication and the treatments that I've been given aren't working, surely they're the symptom of something else going on. And she agreed with me, but it just is how it is. And she was like, oh, if this had been like a couple of years ago, we'd have been able to send you off to a psychiatrist. Why was nobody sending me off to a psychiatrist when I've been at the doctor's all of these years? Like, I keep coming back for the same things. Like, look at my notes. You can see that that's fucking how it's been. So why has nobody done that? You just keep throwing drugs at the problem. You're not sending me off for an assessment or like somebody that would be more equipped to do that. And I don't want to go private, one, because I can't afford it, and two, when it comes to medication and services that you receive through private diagnoses, you then have to have private medication. I can't afford that either. I know it's not her fault, she doesn't make the rules, but like, it's just a bit disheartening, especially knowing that I could have started this process. If somebody at the doctor's surgery had thought, hey, she keeps coming back here because of the same issues, maybe there's something else going on, but nobody has. So that's kind of frustrating, but she agreed with me that it's probably symptoms of a larger problem, and until that time, I just have to deal with it. So it's going to be like 4 weeks before I get my referral, like, come through. Well, she's already sent off my referral. It's going to be like 4 weeks before I start this treatment. So that will be interesting. I would really love to sit and edit this afternoon, but I don't know whether I've got it in me to do it. I suppose I could do it for a little bit and then, I don't know. I just kind of feel a bit stuck. Like, I've had that appointment to go to this morning and now I don't have it in me to do anything else. Like, I had to show up, I had an appointment, I had to be there, but I've got nobody here to hold me accountable, which is really frustrating because I want to do it, but then there is something not letting me, and that makes it really frustrating. I feel drained. I don't know whether it's because I've been talking about mental health stuff or what, but I don't know, there are all of these things that I want to do and it's like my brain just isn't letting me, and it's really frustrating because I am somebody who likes to do stuff, but all I've got in me at the moment is to lay in bed and watch YouTube. It's just hard when, like, you know what you want to do and like the way that you want things to pan out, but there is like this invisible force stopping you. It's really frustrating, and I don't know whether this is part of my depression or whether it's the feelings of like ADHD paralysis. Maybe it's a nice little lucky dip of both, who knows. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Kind of feel a little bit fried, if I'm perfectly honest.
Okay, I've just had a sudden burst of motivation. I figured I could go and have a coffee somewhere and try and do some of that editing that I wanted to do at a coffee shop. Just because then I'd feel like I had to be productive, and if I don't manage to do what I want to do, that's fine, at least I tried. But it's a step in the right direction, do you know what I mean? So I'm going to change out of these clothes because I literally slept in them last night. Yes, it is what I wore to the doctor's this morning. But I'm going to put on a cozy outfit and then, yeah, go and sit in a cafe for a bit and edit a video just to try and get me out of the house. We're focusing on what we can do today, not what we can't do. What that also means is before I go, I've got to rip the files from my PC and put them on an external hard drive, but that's fine. That's something. Oh, is that going to work though? Because it's PC to Mac. Okay, let's find out. Okay, my files have finished transferring over, so I'm going to head out. It's raining, which I'm not exactly jazzed about, but I'm only going down the road. It's not that far. It'll be fine. It will be fine.
Hi. Just wanted to jump on really quickly before this video ended just to say, if you've got to the end of it, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and watch this video. As usual, drop a yellow heart down in the comments just so I know who is getting to the end of these. I also thought it was really important to hop on and say I am doing better. I'm doing so much better than I was in this vlog. I probably don't sound it at the moment because after working towards getting to the end of my depressive episode, my body was like, hey, do you know what's going to be really fun? Physical illness. Currently trying to shift a horrible cold. But yeah, I thought it was important for me to jump on and just say I am doing better. I kind of didn't really know where to end the vlog because I've got clips of other little bits and pieces that I was doing, but it didn't really fit together as a cohesive piece. So I just want to say that, and honestly, I didn't know where to end it. After the week that I filmed and I've shared with you, I spent a lot of time spending time with friends and people that are important to me. I got out of the house more. I did things that made me laugh. I did things that made me cry in a good way. Remind myself of the good things that I have in my life, which is largely the people that I have in it. So I just wanted to take a minute to acknowledge that, because I think that was a really important part of me getting better and getting to the point where I am now, where I'm feeling a little bit more like a functional human being. Although a lot of the groundwork was done by myself, I think it's really important to acknowledge the good people that I have in my life that remind me why I've got to keep on going. Do you know what I mean? Once again, thank you so much if you've got to the end of this video. If you're experiencing issues with your mental health, please reach out to somebody, whether it's your doctor, whether it's somebody that you trust, whether it's like other help services for mental health crises. Please remember that it does get better and there are services there to support you. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.